Hey friends, Amanda here, Bare Bones Living, welcome back. And today I am finally planting my onions that I got from Dixondale. I have had them for, I believe, 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, somewhere close to 2 weeks. But I haven't had a chance to get to it. And today is a fairly awesome gardening day, so I am out here trying to get these planted. And I got a lot of onions. I have never grown these onion starts, but I'm really excited to grow these. I've sprouted my own onions from seed, and I have had very little success with that. And the onions that I have grown have been very small. We go through a lot of onions. So I wanted to try some onion starts, and I wanted to have storage onions to last us some length of time. So I ordered a bunch from Dixondale. I got red Creole, then I got the short day, which I believe red Creole is a short day onion. And then I got the short day sampler, which I also believe has some red Creole in it. But the sampler pack had 4 varieties of short day onions. It has a red, a yellow, a white, and something else. I'll look it up and put it in the description. But I wanted more red onions, so I also got the red Creole. And I believe that the red Creole were really good for storage. So I got the sampler short day, then I got a candy onions, which are, I believe, an intermediate day variety. And these are supposed to be a sweet onion that are good with storage. I got the intermediate sampler pack, which again is a red, a yellow, a white, and something else. Again, I'll look that up. And then I got some shallots. So what I have done so far to prep this bed, this is where I grew all of my sweet potatoes last year. I did not do anything to put this garden bed to bed last year. I just harvested the sweet potatoes and then left it. So there are probably some weeds and some grasses growing up, but I didn't go through and try to pick that out. I did go and pick up some manure and fertilizer from my neighbor who raised cattle. So I'm lucky in that I have some rich compost that I put on top of my existing bed. And then my dad gave me some leaf mulch that he and his neighbors had. And I put that over it, and then I also put down some homemade bone meal that I made out of chicken bones that I had dried and ground up. And that is what I have done so far. I started, and I have put down all of my Creole onions. I made a trench. I made 2 trenches, and I laid out all of my Creole starts. And I just counted, and I have 100 Creole starts here. So I have 2 rows of 50. They are spaced 4 inches apart, and there is a little over 4 inches. The rows aren't straight. I'm just doing this by eye, so it's like 4 to 6 inches between the rows. I'm going to be planting these 1 inch deep in these trenches, and then later, when I have more time, I will be running my Haas irrigation tubing in between, like down the center of these rows. But that is not happening today. Today I just want to get all of these onions. If I have 100 onions in each one of these packs, we're gonna have a lot of onions, and I really hope that we get all of those, because that would just be so awesome. I'm super excited to try all these. I really recommend you guys checking out Dixondale. Like I said, this was my first year using them, but I really liked their website. I liked their variety. They have great reviews. I liked their website. I liked their descriptions, and these all sounded delicious. So I'm super excited to grow these, to try these, and I'm just hoping for the success that I think I'm going to get. But I gotta get moving on this project if I wanna get this done today. So I'm gonna get these buried up. So here Mike is building a hoop coop style coop that we can double as a greenhouse when we're not using it for our chickens. And we're actually going to use this to separate out our little flock back here for our egg laying birds. We're going to, we have back there is our meat sustainability flock, our last year's chicks. But we are going to, we have the Bielefelders, Bards, Rhode Island Reds, and some other. We are going to take everything except for the Bielefelders out of that coop over there. Leave the Bielefelders in there, and they are going to be our meat birds. Everything else is coming out and going into here with our barred rooster, our barred girls, some our one Australorp, and our Rhode Island Reds are going to go in here, and they are going to produce our next egg layers, because these girls are old. Those are our original chickens, along with 2 years ago's chickens. So we have 4 2-year-old, 4-year-old, and 5-year-old chickens in there. And they are still producing for us, but they're going to stop fairly soon, I have a feeling, and we need more egg layers. So that is the plan for this hoop coop that Mike is building. And then, like I said, we are going to repurpose it as a greenhouse for when it's not in use with chickens. In other news, we have these 2 toms that we have moved into this original turkey enclosure, because, as I mentioned in my previous turkey video, we knew that they were going to start fighting because it's springtime and these guys are just coming into their maturity, and they are starting to assert dominance on our tom. And there's 2 of them and 1 of him, and like I mentioned before, the larger tom is older by a month, still not even a year, but he has grown much quicker There, now we can see them. He has grown much faster than they have. He has a better disposition, and we just like his size better, and his growth rate. So he is going to be our breeder, and we are going to end up harvesting these boys when we have a moment to do so. But they were fighting and they were ganging up on him, and since we want to use him for breeding, we don't want anything happening to him. So we had to pull them out so that he does not get harmed. So here I have all of the onions in the ground. It does go the full length of this bed here, including that short row right there. But all of these full rows, all the way down to right about here, have about 45 to 50 plants in each row. And again, I'm going to say here, definitely check out Dixondale. I am super happy with these onion starts. Most of them were very thick, like really plump starts, very hardy stock. Obviously some of them were super skinny, pencil type plants, but that's to be expected. Not all of them are going to be plump and luscious. But in the description, when you buy them, it says minimum of 4 dozen. And I got anywhere from 80 to 130 of every variety. And I was only supposed to get, it says minimum of 4 dozen for each one that I got. The intermediate sampler, the short day sampler, the Creole, red Creole, the candy, and the shallot. So I got 5 varieties, and each variety I got, the least I got was the shallots, and I think I got like 84 plants. So I got well over what I was quoted as the minimum. Some of them are going to be smaller, and I'm okay with that. But all of them are in the ground. And then after I put them in the ground, I sprinkled over my homemade bone meal. And then I also sprinkled over, I just took shovels full of, oh, the sun's going to come out a little bit for me here. To light this up, I sprinkled over my homemade bone meal, like I said, and then the shovels full of the leaf mulch I sprinkled over the top. And then I just started to water, but the sun is going down, and it was a mixed cloudy and sunny day today, but with the clouds and the sun going down, I was losing light fast, so I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys the finished product. Lots and lots of onions. If I get half of what is in this garden, I will be thrilled. And I was wrong. There are only 3 different varieties in that sampler. It was you get a sweet, a red, and a white. So, but I'm super excited. I'm super happy to have this done, have them in. I still need to put straw. I need to water this tonight, and then I need to put straw over the top of that. But that is just not going to happen tonight. I'm exhausted. I still need to make dinner. And they are in the ground, and that is what matters to me at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.